Hey there, viewers! Have you ever wondered why an amazing person like yourself still can't seem to fall in love? That's okay, there's nothing wrong with you. Wanting to fall in love and being ready to fall in love are two different things. Falling in love with someone isn't as easy as it seems in the movies. For some, the issue isn't finding people they connect with, but that they can't fall in love in the first place. They may feel they're incapable of an intimate connection with someone. And in today's video, we'll tell you the psychological reasons why you can't seem to fall in love. From unrealistic expectations, past trauma, fear of rejection, low self-esteem, and more. Watch till the end to learn about all of them. Number 1. Trauma. A person may never want to fall in love because they've experienced trauma. Childhood traumas have been linked to chronic mental and physical health conditions. Someone who grows up in an abusive home may tell themselves they never want to fall in love after witnessing the state of their parents' relationship. Yelling, screaming, crying, hitting, non-stop criticism, and general unhappiness. Growing up with such a negative relationship model is enough to convince a person that love isn't all it's cracked up to be. Do you believe in love? Tell us quickly down below in the comment section. Number 2. You believe your partner is going to let you down. People who have been hurt in the past or have experienced betrayal or abuse may have a hard time seeing the good in others, and as a result, they may not be able to fall in love. When this happens, you may think everyone cheats or you'll never find love that lasts. This may prevent you from seeing the potential in your partner. Try to seek help to unpack the baggage from the past. If it's not addressed, it'll surely spill over into new relationships. Number 3. Affection makes you uncomfortable. Sometimes intimacy issues don't come from a past relationship. Commitment problems can also stem from childhood. Growing up in a house of unhappy parents doesn't instill what it means to have a warm, affectionate relationship with another person. If your partner isn't the touchy-feely type, that might work out in its own way. But showing affection and being comfortable with those warm, loving feelings is important. If not discussed and worked through, it can create distance in your relationship. It takes communication, honesty, and being open. If your partner loves holding hands but you hate physical touch, you'll have to come up with a solution that fills your intimacy cup and their touch quota. Number 4. Your expectations aren't realistic. Unrealistic expectations are a common problem when trying to find love. The issue is, people don't know they're being unrealistic. Their friend met a tall, athletic French artist at the dog park. Why can't they? Never mind the fact that they don't have a dog. If you suspect you might have fallen into this trap, take an honest look at your lifestyle. Ask yourself if you've ever met the person that checks all the boxes. How often are you in situations where you can meet this person? If you've never met this person, or if the meetings are rare, your expectations are probably unrealistic for the life you're currently living. If you are searching for the perfect partner rather than the person next door, this might be a defense mechanism to protect yourself from rejection. In other words, you won't get hurt if you never let yourself fall for somebody. Number 5. Dating feels like too much pressure. It doesn't matter whether you prefer to meet people in real life or on apps. The process of setting up a date and actually surviving an hour or two of conversation with a stranger over drinks might feel pretty intimidating. The stress can be similar to a job interview. Imagine if you've just graduated and can only work for one employer for the rest of your life. Your job interview anxieties would be through the roof. Luckily, you can try to shift your mindset. Dating is a process. The only expectations you should have going in are, first, you're going to meet someone new, and second, it will either be a good conversation or a good story to share with your friends later. Have I caught your interest? Well then hit that subscribe button and watch more videos. Join our millions of followers for more amazing Bestie content. Number 6. You've been hurt before. Since having your heart broken, you desperately seek a new love to help you get over your ex. This is reasonable, but you might want to stop calling it a new love. You can call it a rebound. More than likely, it will not be the relationship you desire. Until you can get over your ex, you'll not be ready to fall in love again. Number 7. You're worried you'll lose yourself in a relationship. Before we enter a relationship, we are completely and utterly ourselves. We dictate how we live our lives. We do what we want, when we want, and are free. When we enter a serious relationship, we start to form an identity with another person. And there is somewhat less freedom than there initially was. Not everyone is able to handle this without being absorbed by the relationship. Some people will have this overwhelming fear that they'll not be able to live their own lives. Whether or not this is justified, this fear can lead a person to keep their partner at arm's length. It's important to know whether or not this is truly a justifiable fear. For example, if your partner gives you plenty of space but you're worried about being smothered, this can be an issue on your end. However, if your partner is overly attached or controlling, this fear may be justified. Number 8. Fear of rejection. A person might purposefully tell themselves not to fall in love because they've not built up a sense of personal resiliency. Perhaps they've been in love, but things ended badly. For most people, this is all part of the game of love, and they become resilient through these experiences. They know time will heal the hurt. But for others, fear of rejection is one of the reasons not to fall in love. The hurt of rejection is too much for them, so they resign themselves by choosing to stay single forever and not take a risk. Even if they have such feelings inside, they can say, "I don't want to fall in love with you," even if someone expresses interest. Number 9. Low self-esteem. Not being able to experience love can be associated with low self-esteem. If you struggle with low self-worth, there's a good possibility of you feeling like you're not worthy of love. While it's natural to feel low every now and then, people with low self-esteem tend to bend towards this negative side a lot more than others. They often overlook their strengths and have their focus set on their flaws and weaknesses. Your brain can either be your greatest ally or your cruelest enemy. If you feel like you're worthless or that you don't deserve love, you're not going to experience it. Instead, it increases your chances of attracting a toxic relationship. A healthy relationship can help you gain back your confidence and self-esteem. Learn more about the signs of a positive relationship by watching 10 Signs You're in a Healthy Relationship. Now, back to psychological reasons that are stopping you from falling in love. Number 10. Perfectionism. Ask yourself a question. Are you having a hard time experiencing love, or are you having a hard time finding someone worthy of your love? If you're a perfectionist, there's a good chance that your answer is the latter. Perfectionism can become a psychological issue, and perfectionists tend to struggle with love. Why? Well, they have pretty high standards of what they consider to be worthy, and unfortunately, not many people fit into those standards. They give pretty high regards to their self-respect. And as they try to be their ultimate best at almost every aspect of their lives, they want their partners to do so as well. They usually hold up very high standards for not only a partner but also their relationship. These expectations may sometimes be unrealistic, limiting their chances of not only love but even a healthy relationship. Number 11. You're scared you can't be yourself. If you start getting anxious over the fact that your partner will eventually see the real you and won't like it, that can create distance in your relationship. You may have a fear of being vulnerable, which can hinder a relationship from growing. Someone who is apprehensive about relationships can start to overcome their fears by recognizing and understanding these fears, then working through them. If you're someone who has found themselves in a relationship but is unable to fully surrender to the idea of love, it's vital that your partner is involved in this process. Your body language can reveal a lot about the status of your relationship. Learn more of what we're talking about by watching Body language can reveal a lot about your relationship, or how you hold hands with your partner reveals a lot about your relationship. Do you prefer being single or in a relationship? Let us know in the comments section below.